My name is Matt Carter. I'd like to welcome you watching at home to another power hour of information, entertainment, and personalities right here on Central Vancouver Island. It's the episode 44 of the show right here on Shaw TV. Our musical guest right beside me this week is Nicole Johnson, bringing her amazing voice and songs here into Shaw TV studios. We're going to hear a couple songs from her, as well as an interview with Chicago Blackhawks fan Andrew Roberts later on this hour. And since the Hawks are doing so good to start off the NHL season, much better than the Flyers, well, I don't know, we'll have to ask ourselves, can Roberts be sharp enough to stay off his high Hossa? Hockey puns, love it. All right, also on the show, we're going to celebrate some good times. Come on, Bob Fenty will be speaking with Nanaimo Rotarian Barry Sparkes about a Rotary celebration coming up in February. Lorraine Jensen also has a segment on hypnotherapy with hypnotherapist Germana Rovinelli. And from what I can tell, it's not really just like waving the watch in front of your eyes, though it can probably help you tell time if you do it long enough. No, it is actually a great method to improve your mental wellness. As well, sticking with mental and physical wellness, we're taking a look at yoga as Brian Sugyami rips on the Lululemon pants and goes over some poses with Ginette Dematteo, from Gentle Yoga. Those pants are going to be incredible, I'm sure. I'm glad we're presenting this because some say doing yoga on TV is a bit of a stretch. Oh, I got a sympathy laugh, nice. How are you doing? Let's move on quick about saving for retirement. Well, Anna Bosa will find out more about RRSPs with the Cooperators, David D, who's probably the best name in rock and roll, as well as the best name in financial planning. The only saving I do is on the ball hockey court, so I'm looking forward to hearing this. As well, on the art side, we got Image Transfer with Willow Friday from House of Indigo. We will speak with author Susan Lancaster about her book, which takes a humorous and informative look at life in your golden years. But first, we're going to talk flowers. Heck, it's only early January, and we're already planting here. It's awesome. Talk about gardening, horticulture. Anna Bosa will be talking after our spicy title sequence with floral designer Sandra Dunn. So plant yourself in front of your TV or computer. Let's have a bloomin' good time. It's the show, and it's right here on Shaw TV.
Dodd's Furniture's The Show is brought to you by Dodd's Furniture and Mattress. Now open in Nanaimo.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here today with Sandra Dunn from West Coast Classic Floral Design. Welcome. And you have a shop located in the old quarter of Nanaimo, downtown Nanaimo, which is great. I've been to your shop. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. I love it too.
And what are you going to be doing for us today?
I'm going to do a cymbidium orchid arrangement.
A cymbidium orchid?
Yes.
Cymbidium. Am I pronouncing that
yeah,
properly?
Absolutely.
And are these the cymbidium orchids?
And this is the one I'm going to use here.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. And so what do you have in the bowl first?
Just water and rocks. Just for
some
something.
Rocks? Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm going to put a little bear grass in.
Grass.
Yeah, little bear grass just to make it look funky.
Cymbidium. Now what? It's a different color because normally when we see orchids we see white and pink. Mine at home is pink.
Yeah.
And this has. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's red and yellow and green.
It's very vibrant.
And is there? This is special orchid?
No. They come in that color too.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, this is just my favorite color, that's all.
And,
for an orchid.
I see. You just wrapped it around. That's beautiful.
Yeah, just wrap
so you
it
get
around.
a little side design happening.
Absolutely,
Lovely.
yeah. So it's if you set it on a table, you're able to see around it and then inside it too. And we're just going to cut these off short because flowers last way longer when they're short.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
and do you put anything in the water to make them last longer?
Water.
Water.
That's it.
Okay, because I've heard people put bleach and all kinds of different
7
things
Up.
in.
Yeah,
7 Up too? I've never heard that one.
Yeah. Bubbly. I don't think they really like that, personally.
I didn't like it either. I don't think. Being soaked in 7 Up. And let's see. So you just tuck them in there?
Tuck them in there.
And make sure they're kind of like sitting underneath
a rock,
just so they're stabilized?
Secure. Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. How beautiful. And so these kind of arrangements you could do for dinner parties.
Absolutely. I'd highly recommend them.
Basically. And they're fresh flowers. How long would these last?
Probably anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, as long as you're changing out the water so the bacteria doesn't breed.
Really? That long?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
wow.
There's no reason why they shouldn't. And they're cut really short, so it only has so much, so the water only has so much to go up the stem, right? Because it's short, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, so they last way longer. Any kind of flower that's cut short.
Is that why longer stem, like when you have a vase of flowers, I know sometimes mine don't always last that long.
Yeah, so the secret is warm water.
Warm,
yeah, always warm water. Flowers are more apt to suck up warm water than they are cold water. up their stems. And
Just
they're very
like
porous. Yeah, absolutely. And your plants too.
They're
you
alive like us,
water,
aren't they?
lukewarm water with your plants as well. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. And if somebody were to come into your store, would they can order something like this
Absolutely.
from you too, right?
Yeah.
And do you carry like the vase and all the little accoutrements and all the special
Absolutely.
things in there? Excellent.
We have it all. One-stop shop.
Wonderful. And is this all you're going to put in here then?
Yeah.
How beautiful.
Something very simple.
I love
and very
that.
unique.
Now, what else? What other kind of flowers do you have here that you brought with us?
I
with
have
you?
Gaelic leaves, which look nice around an arrangement. They're kind of a funky leaf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're called Gaelic?
Gaelic leaves.
Gaelic leaves. And why are they called Gaelic? Because of the color or the shape?
I
don't know.
think probably the shape. They're really old-fashioned. They used them in the 50s for a lot of weddings. Yeah, they're very unique.
And
shape.
these are live.
They're real.
They're
yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Alive.
They're alive.
Live plants go
Yeah,
on them.
and they look nice on an edge of a vase.
Wow. Now we will be coming back because
Yeah.
I believe that we're going to be doing another arrangement eventually.
we will.
And is there any other final touches for these? Can you put other things in here if you
Sure, you
want?
could. You could put any kind of flowers you want in there. I just use cymbidiums because they're really long-lasting.
They're beautiful too.
Yeah, and they're very vibrant.
They're really, really beautiful. I love them. They're gorgeous.
Thank you so
Did
much.
you guys see this okay? I love it. So we will be coming back, and right now we're going to go to our main set with Bob, and we're going to get some information about Rotary. Way to go, Bob.
And joining me today is Barry Sparkes, who is Rotary Assistant Governor for the Nanaimo area clubs. Welcome, Barry, and glad to have you on the show with us today.
Thanks to be here.
And we're going to talk today about February coming up, and is a really, really important month in the world of Rotary. Tell us the reasons why, Barry.
Well, Rotary started back in 1905, and a fellow called Paul Harris in Chicago got together with three of his fellow businessmen in Chicago, and they had a meeting, and that's evolved into what we know as Rotary and Rotary International today. Paul Harris's birthday was on the 23rd of February, way back in 1869, and Rotarians around the world generally mark the birthday of Paul Harris, who is recognized as the founder of Rotary.
So now the five clubs that we have in Nanaimo are planning something really big on February the 21st, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, we're
Thursday?
trying to build on something we started last year, and we're having a Celebrate Rotary in the Nanaimo Lanceville area. All five clubs, we're going to forego our normal weekly meetings, and we're meeting together down in the Nanaimo Cruise Terminal building, the new one.
Beautiful facility,
Beautiful facility, and we're having a little bit of a party down there.
And that's going to take place on the 21st again, time frame? Barry?
Thursday the 21st from 5 till 7 p.m.
5 to 7,
Yep.
and what can we expect while we're there?
Well, we're having some free appetizers. There'll be a no-host bar, and
wonderful. Yeah.
we're just celebrating Rotary. Each club's going to have a chance to show what it's been doing over the year in terms of supporting the community, local community, the international community.
Certainly we could bring guests as well, could we not?
We'd like to invite people that are interested in finding out about Rotary, and hopefully not too far down the line, and actually joining one of the Rotary clubs in Nanaimo.
Yeah. Actually, if we just digress for just a second, Paul, talking briefly about Paul Harris, and the 16th floor of the Rotary International headquarters in Evanston, Illinois, and Paul Harris died in 1947, but I've had the privilege of shaking Paul Harris's hand. And he's standing there, and I shook his hand. I've got a picture of it. It's kind of neat and different. But he's there in full glory and so on. But it's kind of great to be able to do that. So, Barry, thank you so much for coming and spending some time with us today. And I know we can look forward to have things going on down at the Yacht Club. Anything else that we can think about that we need to talk about for that coming up?
No, just come on out and see what Rotary's all about. And there's 187 of us active Rotarians in Nanaimo and Lanceville this year in the 5 clubs, and we do a lot for the community.
A lot of things are happening in the Nanaimo area with a lot of Rotary clubs. I know our club has the big book sale we have every year, and a lot of that money ends up right back into the community
in this
again.
community,
So,
very
yeah.
much. It's a lot of work
So,
by the
yeah.
members of your club.
So again, Barry, thank you very much for coming and spending some time with us today. We're going to roll along, and if anybody who wants more information can go to our website. It's rcnl.ca,
Yep.
Rotary Clubs of Nanaimo.Lanceville. .ca, and you can get more information there if you want about what's happening in the Nanaimo clubs. And we look forward to seeing you again. And now let's go back over to Anna, and she's going to do some really neat arranging for us. Anna, over to you, my sweet flower.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that intro. Speaking of sweet flowers, beautiful tulips. 'Tis the season. It's a sure sign of spring.
It is.
Isn't it?
And it can't be soon enough, I'm sure.
And of course, the heart-shaped vase is another sure sign of
Valentine's Day.
which is another
Just around the corner.
Great holiday. Love
Yeah.
it. Well, it's not a holiday, but it feels like a holiday.
We'll make
to
it a
some
holiday.
I love it. Let's make it a holiday.
Why not?
So now we're going to arrange
Just some tulips,
Tulips.
in a simple
Excellent.
little vase.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, about 27 years.
Really, that long?
Yeah, that
Wow.
long.
And how long have you had your shop in the Old Quarter?
7 years now.
Awesome. Almost as long as I've been here in Nanaimo.
There you go.
That's great. Do you like being in that location?
I love it.
Yeah,
It's a
I bet.
fantastic location.
I bet
and
it is.
Everybody works together down there.
In
And
the heart of downtown.
You got it.
It's great.
We love our downtown.
It really is. I love that. So you've cut them a lot shorter again.
Yeah.
And that's because of the water absorption, is
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. And it's not a very tall vase, so you want to kind of keep them short so you don't take away from the vase at all.
Exactly. And this is the other arrangement that she did here. I love those. These are great. Awesome. And you can design flowers for all occasions. What's your favorite occasion to do flowers for?
I think Christmas or Mother's Day are my very favorites.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I guess you get a lot of orders for Mother's Day.
Oh, Mother's Day, yeah.
And Christmas, do you do wreaths or just flowers?
Yeah, no,
And-
table centers.
And do you use some of our local
Product?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I try to buy as local as I can.
And there must be greenhouses around, obviously.
Yeah, Victoria, lots of
Oh,
greenhouses.
really?
Victoria,
That's
Salt
close
Spring
as that?
Island. Yeah.
Salt Spring, I bet they
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I bet they do.
That's where my curly willow comes from.
The curly willow?
Yeah.
Did you bring some of that
Yeah, I
here?
did. There's some right here. Oh. Yeah.
It's climbing up my top. The curly willow.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that
that's
comes from
beautiful.
Salt Spring Island.
And then what else do we have here?
we have some pussy willows that you're going to see coming out.
And I love the orchids are amazing.
Yeah, the orchids are gorgeous.
And
aren't
then
they?
what else do you have in here? What,
I
what
have
would
some
this be
Caspia.
called? Caspia?
Yeah, and that's going to
And
go
that's
in
pretty
here.
standard in a lot of.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most florists carry it. And there's
Oh, that
just certain
looks-
ties a year that.
Oh, nice and delicate in
Yeah, it's really
there.
dainty.
That really is. Now you also have a website, is that correct?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, www.westcoastclassicfloraldesign.com.
You got it. Yeah.
I did it.
You did.
Excellent. Even
Thank you.
better. No problem. Thank you so much, Sandra,
Thank
for
you,
being
Anna,
here.
for having me here.
Not a problem. And what we're going to do now is we're going to Lorraine on our main set. And she is going to be talking about hypnotherapy.
Thank you, Anna.
No problem.
My guest today is Germana Rovinelli. Germana I've seen around town for many years as a personal trainer, a bodybuilder, jazzercise facilitator, instructor, and I've come to learn recently that she is also a certified clinical hypnotherapist. Welcome, Germana.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
I really appreciate you being here. Now, tell me, what is hypnotherapy?
Hypnotherapy is an application of brief therapy that allows the therapist to bypass the conscious mind and access the subconscious mind to create change in one's behavior, one's belief systems, and to help them resolve issues or change a part of their life that isn't working for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell then, if there's something in my life that isn't working, you can hypnotize me? Is that right?
I can help you to undo what isn't working and give you a new strategy to change an old behavior into one that's more desirable if you get stuck.
So one of the things that we've talked about is that the subconscious, my subconscious, really rules my world. Is that right?
Absolutely.
And my subconscious is here to keep me safe.
It is designed to keep us safe, and it is designed to protect us from perceived danger. Unfortunately, what happens is the rules and the systems that it's been programmed by are usually outdated because the programming starts when we're children. So we may take on a belief or a learning or an application, and 20, 30, 40 years later no longer applies, and yet still stuck in an old pattern.
And we still react to or react the same way that we did as a child,
Yep.
even though we know
Yep.
it doesn't serve us anymore, but we still keep doing it.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily like put us under and, you know, control my brain.
No, I actually give you more authority and control in your life by teaching you how to access that part of you that is responsible for your behaviors, and teach you how to use a tool that is incredibly powerful in a way that works for you instead of against you.
Why do you do this?
I got into hypnotherapy about 19 years ago after looking for help for myself for some emotional traumas that I had gone through, and I had done talk therapy for a long time. I understood my problems, but I couldn't change how I felt on the inside, and I couldn't change my belief systems and what I thought I deserved. And so I was fortunate enough to find this tool and found some really, really good teachers, and it helped me so much that I wanted to share that with people that were ready to change their life.
And how have you impacted and changed people's lives? Give me some examples.
I've had people that had severe eating disorders that were basically dying stop doing that, and people that were clinically depressed be able to change their belief systems, their feelings on the inside, their chemistry, and be able to live productive lives, as well as people that had been traumatized or addicted to different things, be able to let that go and honor themselves in a different way. So there's just so many different types of people. I've even helped people give birth without it being a difficult time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yep. I wish I had that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I am currently under your guidance, and I came to you as a result of the fact that after my brain tumor, I was afraid to exercise because of the extreme headaches that I had.
Yeah.
And you know, you're helping me to get out there and start walking again, and you know, get in front of the Wii and start to do some exercises. So I really appreciate that there hasn't been any, you know, deep, dark work that had to be done, and I wasn't in a trance, so I was in full control over everything that was happening.
Yep.
It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So I just want to say in conclusion that if anybody's interested in learning more about what Germana does, you can reach her at www.germana.ca. And you know, the blessing for me in all the work that I've been doing here at Shaw, it hasn't been long, but the wonderful people that I've met here, I've become friends with. And I know that you and I are both on the same path and the same journey, and that is, you know, making this world a safer place. And so I really thank you for being here today and your contribution to our community, the contribution that you make to yourself in being a better person to inspire other people to be better people.
Feeling is very mutual.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'd like to now pass it over to Nicole Johnson, who is going to sing the song for us, Letter to an Empty Sea. Thank you.
I look just to see your face again. I found a note down by the ocean, I swear. I plucked it from the bottle and it read, my dear, I've lost my ship somewhere in this sea, and I can't find my way back home.
Thank you again to Nicole for that great little love story letter to the sea, to the end of the sea. I've got with me today Ginette Dematteo, who is with Kuan-Yin Yoga Divas, a local company based out of Ladysmith, and we're going to do some poses that are a little easier for everyone to perform. Hopefully it is everyone who can perform them. And I'm going to ask you, Ginette, what are we going to do?
Well, we're going to do a little chair yoga. So we're going to begin with taking an account of how you're breathing, and then we're going to do a little chair yoga from sitting in the chair only, and then we're going to use the chair to do some standing poses for some chair and standing pose yoga, and then we're going to do a little vinyasa on the mat and get you down on the mat.
Good. So, lead me to it.
Okay. So to begin with, I just want you to sit a little forward in your chair and place your feet down and really ground down through your feet. And then place your hands open to receive, finger and thumb together in a mudra. And just nice straight posture. And I just want you to begin by closing your eyes and seeing how you came in today. So how you're breathing. So inhale deeply through your nose, filling till the very top of your breath, and then exhale through your mouth like you're blowing out bubbles. So imagine you're fogging a mirror on the exhale. So inhale again. Stop at the top of the inhale, and then exhale, close your eyes and blow out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale deeply through your nose. Pause at the top of the inhale, and then exhale. Fog up that mirror. You should feel a great sense of relaxation as soon as you do this. So if anybody's having pain in their body, this is a wonderful exercise to decrease the pain in the body and to restore balance. So next we're going to do a little bit of big joint mobility moves. So what I'd like you to do is sit back in your chair, Brian, and just lift your feet, point your toes, and then point your heels. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then make nice circles with the ankles. So working the ankle bone now. So just big circles. And then opposite way. And now sitting forward in your chair, Brian, inhale and lift one leg up, moving the knee joints. So we're working on all the joints in the body.
So
just
how
keep
fast should I
kicking.
be doing this?
Well, to your speed, whatever is comfortable for you. So it's inhale and exhale. Inhale through your nose, exhale. Last one.
Okay.
All right, now sit forward in the chair, plant your feet nice and firm in Mother Earth. Keep a nice straight back. Exhale forward, big circles. Inhale all the way back. Exhale. So you should be doing this with your eyes closed. So 3 on one side, and then we're going to go the opposite way. So take it the other way. So this is working the hips, all the hip socket. So keep going, last one. And then come back to a seated position in the chair. Take it back. So now we're going to work the joints of the arms. So you want to hold your hands out and just make circles with your wrists.
Okay.
And then counterclockwise, or opposite direction. And then just bend the elbows to your shoulders and then back out. So inhale it in.
Exhale it out. Last one, inhale it in, and exhale it out. Now sit back, forward in the chair, plant your feet nice and wide, ground down through your feet, place your hands on top of your knees, and we're going to make big circles with the body, exhaling and inhaling. And last one on this side. And whatever you do in yoga on one side, you do it on the other.
Okay.
So keep going.
Okay.
And this is the last one.
All right.
And now we're going to do some warrior two. So what you want to do is you want to plant your foot, your right foot down, close, and then take the other foot straight back.
All right.
Okay? And then just reach the arms up.
And these are all done seated.
All seated. And then exhale it down.
Good.
Inhale it up. And exhale it down. And then just come on to the other side, Brian. Turn completely around.
Yeah.
And inhale it up. And exhale it down. Inhale up. Exhale down.
Well, Ginette, that's great information. We're going to have to move along, so I just want to get the information. You're teaching classes in around Nanaimo right now?
I am. I'm working in several seniors groups, seniors homes, and I'm at Origins.
And people can contact you through your website, which is at KwanYanYogaDivas.com.
That's correct.
And right now, based in Ladysmith, looking to move into the Nanaimo
I'm
area?
moving into Nanaimo in March.
Wonderful. That's been some great information. We're going to head over to Anna, who's got some information on savings plans, retirement savings plans.
Thank you, Brian, and welcome, David D. I have David D. who is a financial advisor and owner of the Cooperator agencies for Nanaimo and Courtney. Welcome, David.
Why, thank you, Anna.
It's good to have you on our show,
Thanks
especially since tis the season.
It is tax time, that's right.
It is tax time. Can you let us know what an RRSP is by any chance? Because some of us don't know.
It's simply put, Anna, an RRSP is a registered program with the federal government that basically encourages Canadians to deposit money or for their retirement in the future. And they do that by two things. They provide tax incentives, which I'll talk about in a few minutes.
Okay.
And they also provide an environment for tax-deferred growth.
Okay. What do you mean by tax-deferred growth?
Tax-deferred growth means that as your investment is growing in value, there's no annual taxation on it.
Okay.
So that doesn't come out in the form of a T5 or a T3.
Okay. Now, explain to me a little bit about investment growth with RRSPs.
Well, let me talk about absolutely.
Okay.
If somebody deposits, let's say, a $5,000 deposit into an RRSP.
Right, okay.
I'm talking about the intrinsic values here of the tax incentive.
Okay.
So if somebody deposits a $5,000 into an RRSP, and that person, let's say, is in a $47,000 income range. Now that's gainful employment income.
Okay.
Automatically, that person would receive a 28% rate of return on that $5,000. Now, if you think about it, that in this case, 28% is $1,400.
That's a lot of money.
That's incredible, especially in today's environment of 2% or 3% interest.
Right.
So that's where it becomes lucrative. The tax incentive, in this case, 28% is pretty tremendous. And that's not even talking about the gain that we may get within the investment.
And so talk a little bit about the gain that you can get from the investment.
Sure. Anna, within an RRSP investment, we really are not limited by a whole big bunch.
Right.
We can, depending upon your risk tolerance, you could have GICs, you could have individual stocks, you could have mutual funds, you could have bonds.
Right.
It's just, the list goes on.
Right.
And it's best to ask a financial advisor in terms of what that mix should be within that portfolio, because your risk tolerance may be different than mine, for instance.
Right, of course.
Yes.
And it also depends on your income, too,
That's correct,
right?
absolutely.
Of course. So now people with lower income, because $47,000 it's a lot of money for someone to make.
Right.
Now, can people who are not making quite as much money, can they still invest?
Absolutely. The value, or the intrinsic value, in other words, the tax return part of it,
right,
and the tax deferred environment, works for anybody as long as they have a taxable income. It's just that that refund check wouldn't be as great because they're in a lower marginal rate.
Right, but they'd still get
They
something.
would still, even in a 10%, if they're paying 10% to the government, 10%, you know, initial return on investment is still pretty great in this environment. Yeah, absolutely.
Really wonderful. Now, there's so many, when it comes to tax time, I mean, you know, we can go on and on and on. So maybe we can have you back another time.
Sure, absolutely. It would be a pleasure.
It would be.
Yes.
And is there any other kind of, you know, quick tip to give people?
Yes. What do you do with the refund check?
Oh, of course. That's right.
So if a person has non-tax deductible debt, and most of us have credit card balances and things like that, we could be paying up to 21% by keeping that balance with, and that's after tax.
Right. Yeah.
So in our case that we had before, we've got $1,400. By putting it on your credit card, you're not only saving the 21% or a portion thereof.
You're also reducing your credit
precisely
card.
on a non. Yes,
no, that's a great tip.
So
thank you so much, David.
You're welcome,
I really
Anna. It's been a pleasure.
Your time with us today.
Absolutely.
And now we are going to our main demo set, of course, with Joan and Willow, and we're doing something fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Anna and David. That's great. Now we're going to talk about an investment of a different kind. We're going to invest in some art.
Some creativity.
Creativity, which is great around this time of year because we've got Valentine's Day coming up. So we were just talking about how this would make a great Valentine's gift for one another or for someone special in your life. We're going to do some image transfer. I'm here with Willow Willow Friday. Sorry.
Still new to me. It's okay.
Yes. Well, you know, we're within the range anyway.
Yeah.
And you're with House of Indigo is your business, and you have art supplies.
Yes,
You've been on
do.
with some of your beautiful clothes, but now you're going to show us some art.
Yes, I have a whole new art supply section within my store, and today I'm going to show you how to take a laser jet print.
Which you took this photograph.
I took this photo. It's my daughter, Ocean. And we're going to get it to stick to this piece of wood without seeing all the paper. So I'm going to show you how to do that.
Okay, now this is on a glossy kind of paper. Is it important what kind of paper you put
it just
on?
has to be a laser jet. It can't be an inkjet. That is important. But
Good
what type
point.
of paper it goes on isn't. And it can be, color doesn't work as well, but color will still show through. Sepia tones are good as well, but I like black and white for this because you get a kind of whimsical Victorian sort of old look out of it. So what I'm going to do
Can I just ask you, can you do a photocopy too, since it's toner that we're looking for? Would that work? Bad question, I guess.
Yes,
Anyway, we'll just stick to the laser.
It is toner. It is, so I would think that would work.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this is polymer, which is the base, and we're just going to go woohoo all over this
Putting
picture.
it all over the beautiful picture.
Everywhere that this is going to go.
But you're doing it in a very creative way, I have to say.
Yeah, see that? And you can do this however you want. Some people just do a big squish and then they paint down with it. I'm just going to go all over.
Okay.
And then I'm going to smooth it out so that it completely covers.
So is there a working time?
You have quite a bit of flex time with this. I would say that you have about 30 minutes to lay out your polymer at this thickness before it starts to dry out.
So don't be doing like a 20 by 30.
You can. You absolutely can. I would suggest using a palette knife.
Okay.
Because that will move a lot of the solution quite quickly and quite evenly.
Well, let's start with a small one so that we don't.
Yes.
Once we get really good, we can go to a big one.
Yeah, and I'm just going to go over, I'm just going to make sure that everywhere has a nice, even look on it. So once
it's important that it be even.
It's important that it be fairly even.
And I noticed you're going one direction.
No, you can go both directions too. And also, you'll notice that over here I've left it sort of abstract.
Okay.
Once you lift off your paper, you'll see that, and I like how that looks. You could go completely to the surface, and then you'd get a defined line with your polymer.
But this is like a rag finish.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm just going to put that down, and the next step will be to, and always protect your surface. I put down something. You don't want to get polymer
Good
all over your
plan.
nice marble countertops.
Oh, that's something I'd do. So now you're using paper here, or sorry, wood here.
Yeah.
But you can use, you were saying canvas.
You can
or
use
various
canvas.
different
You could
substrates.
use the beauty if you wanted to give a gift. You could do this onto a cotton apron. You could do this onto a cotton bag.
Okay.
Anything that's thick onto thick paper. Now I'm
Okay.
just going to eyeball this to lay it out. You could be very precise and line up here, do little marks, but I'm not
But
like
you're doing
that.
it artistically.
I'm doing it
Okay.
artistically.
So we're just going to wrap this up, and then we're going to come back and take a look at
how to remove
how
the
to
paper
remove the paper
and how to decorate.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we've got it there, and then we're just going to let it sit for a while.
This has to sit overnight because it has to cure. So it
Okay.
has to dry. So we're going to
And
let
in this
this one-
case, we're letting it cure for a few minutes.
Yes.
Okay, we'll be right back, and we're going to actually be listening to Nicole, another great song, and Andrew is going to be talking to her about her music.
Thanks, Joan. Oh, excuse me there. Oh. Matt Carter's opening monologue always puts me to sleep. I just had to yawn there. So, anyway, I'm here with Nicole. I'm here with Nicole Johnson. That was very inappropriate.
You owe me $3,500.
I'm here with Nicole Johnson.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You've been playing music for about 4 years now?
Yeah.
And you're just about ready to get your new CD going on. What's going on with that?
I'm recording at Broken Spiral Studios with Edward Lee. And we have actually different musicians coming on. He's doing all of the lead guitar. I'm doing rhythm vocals. And my friend Alan Rapadas, he's from Alas the Ocean. He's a guy from Vancouver. He's going to do all the male vocal harmonies on a few tracks. And I had Clayton Brown, he's from the band Fairweather Father. And I think he still plays in Epic as well. And he did all of the bass tracks. And then Andrew Rollins, he's a very, very good drummer, and he did all of the drums. So we're like 3/4 of the way through. Just on Sunday, I spent a couple hours in there just kind of fine-tuning all the songs, figuring out what I wanted.
You think it'll be out in 2013 sometime?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Awesome.
probably like right before the summertime. So.
Excellent. Can't wait to hear it. Musical influences. Who helps, create some of the music
There's
that you
so many. Like any musician could list off a million bands. But I actually, when I was 6 years old, I used to always sing to Alanis Morissette. I had her CD, Jagged Little Pill, and I'd play it over and over again. I still have like all of the songs memorized. So she's a big part. Her and Fleetwood Mac.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Where can we see you play?
Right now, no gigs booked. Obviously focusing on recording, but I go to open mics religiously. So there's probably like 4 or 5 different ones every single week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Monday night, the Queens. Tuesday, the Corner Lounge. Wednesday is the Canby. And then Thursdays are the Student Union Pub. And then Fridays, Saturdays, there's karaoke in most bars.
Perfect. Lots of opportunities to get to see you.
Yeah.
That's great. And what's your future plans?
Future plans. I'm definitely going to branch out from Nanaimo. Do some festivals, shows. I plan on moving to Vancouver when the CD's finished, or just a bigger city to go and play larger venues for bigger crowds.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
And we can find you online?
So I have 2 different things. I have a Reverb Nation, but I mostly use Facebook. So it's just www.facebook.com/Nicole Ray Johnson Music. And I have like a band page. You can go and check out videos, recordings, photos of like friends that have taken. It's
excellent.
Yeah.
And you can communicate with people on Facebook about what you do?
Oh
People can
yeah.
talk to
So
you?
yeah, anytime anybody tries to contact me or like ask me if I want to like play like a wedding or I don't know, just go and play for like a birthday party I've gotten. So
How are the weddings to play at? Are they pretty
they're
boring?
good. Actually, the first one that I did was for my friend Nicola, and it was kind of like my present to her. And so I just like went there, played like 3 or 4 songs, and it was a good crowd. Like everybody's obviously rowdy at weddings, so.
Right on. Well, maybe it'll get rowdy at one of your shows too, and
yeah.
We'll have some fun. But yeah, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having
Take it away.
me.
You've got a song coming up. What's it called?
Yeah, this one's called Angel.
Excellent. Take care.
I awake to a different scenery of life. Am I mistake for not Angel, I should have clipped your wings. Now I'm stuck in this town, I need saving. Angel, I wish you didn't go. Now I need directions to follow. Angel, I should have clipped your wings. Now I'm stuck in this town to die with him. Angel, I should have clipped your wings. Now I'm stuck in this town. Just save me.
Thanks, Nicole. That's a great, haunting number entitled Angel. With me right now, I have Susan Lancaster, and she's written a book. Susan is locally right here from Nanaimo, and it's called Stay Young, The Golden Years Are the Pits. Now, everyone has an opinion about that, so I'm going to talk to Susan. She's written this little book, and it's got a series of short little vignettes of different situations. Susan, can you tell me a little bit about where it all came from and when you decided to start this book?
Well, it was collected over a period of time. It started about 10 years ago, odd stories. And then I collected some more and some more. And as I was getting older, I was realizing the rot was setting in. And I'd better get it down on paper. So I did. It's come to pass during this last 6 months. And the other reason that I wanted to do it was because I feel that we need to start at 50 or 60 to be ready for the golden years. Not have a fit at the age of 70 and find out that, you know, they are the pits.
So there's some things we should do, and you probably talk about it in the book?
Oh, yes. You know, briefly is watch your weight. It's not an option when you're growing older.
There's some great little terms in the book, and I've read a few of the stories in here. So, in your opinion, you wrote this one little story about in Wales, and in your mother, and she referred to the old biddy. What's an old biddy?
Well, an old biddy is a sort of derogatory term in England for somebody who's quite old and is slightly out to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very well-known phrase, and my mother said to me at one time when we were asking her where she wanted to eat, she said, "I'm not going downstairs and having lunch with those old biddies. I'll stay in my room." And after that, she just flattened me with a look, and I said, right, that's it, I'm never bringing it up again.
One of the things you mentioned is, is that were seniors any different in the 50s than they are now?
Oh, yes, yes, very much so, because they were told by their parents to take it easy, to slow down, and to enjoy. And now everything is go, go, go. You know, no hope of slowing down.
And actually, that's probably good because you stay up with the fast-paced world we live in.
Yes, yes.
Okay. This, and you've written, this is, you told me it's over the last 10 years, so it's not only stories in Wales, but stories right here on BC Ferries, in your home. You live on Hammond Bay Road, so it's not all, and as a matter of fact, you actually poke a little fun at some of the seniors' facilities and communities in and around this town.
Yes.
Is that something that you like to sort of have people take a look at themselves and their own, where they are right now, and take a little laugh at it?
Yes, take a little laugh of it, and you know, being the way I feel is that I'd like to just stay in my own home as long as I can. So I would encourage other people to do it if they can.
Well,
sometimes they can't, but sometimes they're in a home where you work, for instance, where they have a lot of chance to interact and enjoy.
Well, they can look up this book. It's available in and around town.
It will be as of January, the end of January. If anybody wants any before that, they'll have to phone me.
Okay, they can contact you, and we have the numbers as well. It's a great little gift for children to their parents,
yes,
and parents to their children.
A great little gift for mid 40s, 50s to the 70s, 80s.
Wonderful. Okay, we're going to turn it over now to Joan, who's got a follow-up on the image transfer project.
We do have a follow-up on the image transfer, and thanks so much, Brian. This is Anything But the Pits. We're having fun, and you can do this at any age, can't you?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, so we're going to actually do our great reveal, and normally you'd be leaving this overnight.
Yes, so this is sat overnight.
Okay.
The other one, it needs to sit 6 to 8 hours so the polymer cures because it's water-based.
All right.
And then you just wet the paper and you just start to pull up. Just get right in there and pull up. You can use a cloth if you want to do it even faster.
Okay.
I'm going to show you here. Yeah, you can see that really coming off.
We might be able to get a close-up of that and see.
Well, I've got this one done over here.
Perfect. It's just like Mr. Dress Up. We've got a finished one.
And so now that it's all done, you can
here.
see there's a little bit of a white glaze. Basically, it still needs to be cured at this point. You could just go in and varnish that as it is, but I'm going to add some color.
Okay, and
so
you've got your color all mixed there, and it's a sort of a metallic.
Yeah, this is iridescent bronze, which I love because it has two sort of colors to it. So I'm just going to go over and add that.
Great.
And
well, that's great the way that it's coming out. So that's adding the color to wherever there was ink before. Now we have this lovely bronze color.
Yeah.
Nice. I shouldn't say ink, it's really toner.
Toner, yes.
Not to confuse anybody. And you're doing it right onto
you can see right at the edges, it's getting that sort of green. This is what I was talking about, leaving the polymer jagged like that.
Nice.
It's leaving that.
Well,
You
that's
can
great.
do
So
other color.
And you can actually put this into a frame, or you can do all sorts of things to present it, I'm sure.
Absolutely. This could have been done on canvas. You can mount this so that you can hang it on the wall. You could do this on, like I said, on an apron or on a bag so that it's wearable.
That's right. So if you have a picture of your child, you can just say, here they are.
Or artwork if you're a photographer or
Yes.
into any sort of
That's great.
thing that you might like.
Well, we're just coming to the end, and you've done this in record time. It's amazing. So this, usually we do this as a relaxing thing, as part of our yoga.
That was kind of fun too, like speed chess.
This is
I would go over with a coat of glaze or varnish or Mod Podge just to seal it all in.
Right, once it's dry.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well that's great. Thanks so much, Willow. Really appreciate you coming and show us this, and happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, she had something like that to give us a Valentine's gift.
Oh, we need an image transfer here.
Image transfer, yeah. No, don't put my face anywhere other than TV, I think. I don't know. Even TV is somewhat questionable, so yeah. Wonderful stuff. Thank you, Joe, and thank you very much, Willow, for coming down. And once again, House of Indigo, all sorts of great art supplies and much, much more. Much nicer than my apartment of green shag.
Oh, well, we want to see you doing some of this stuff, too.
I'm sure that would make a great art installation.
Exactly, yeah. Indeed.
Matt
Awesome.
and art, they go together.
Matt and art, I know, I'm actually really stoked we have some visual arts actually represented here on the show. I think it'd actually be quite popular with all of our viewers. In fact, I think if we canvassed our viewers, I'm sure their palettes wouldn't have to be sculpted to enjoy arts at all. And even fishermen who find it tough to describe the watercolors when they're out in the ocean, I'm sure they'd love this stuff. Personally, I kind of have to brush up on my arts knowledge so I can make some more crafty remarks. And instead of giving you trace amounts of information and a lot of sketchy sort of stamping around. And actually, as an aside, to go from art to language, the Russian language, I have to tell you, is printed on acrylic alphabet. Acrylic alphabet. Apparently we have no fans of words around here. But by the way, don't use the acrylic alphabet on your phone because it's really hard to send a textile. Yeah, I got a laugh from Howie. Right on, buddy. All right, so now that I've inflicted paint on all of you, we have to send a big shout out to our guests, our hosts, staff, and volunteers. Also, a big shout out to Rose for the cinnamon buns. My goodness, we've all been just like snacking away back there. Amazing stuff. And you, of course, can find Shaw TV on Facebook, Twitter, and you have to check out previous episodes of the show on YouTube for more great puns and more great information, entertainment, personalities, and more from Central Vancouver Island. So we're going to send it out now with one more song from Nicole Johnson. This one's entitled Comfort and Seclusion. Thank you so much for watching the show right here on Shaw TV.
Stuck on the other side of this bed, dreaming, but your eyes lay closed, softly dreaming of a better world, but it's not so cruel. We find someone in this place like you. There's something comforting, a way I've never known. I've never been in love before, never had a hope. There's something in the way you kiss, a taste I haven't had. There's something in the way you feel against my bare hands. There's something comforting, a way I've never known. Never been in love before, never had a home. Is where the heart is, and it's you. Without a doubt, no second thoughts, no other points of view. Just slow down 1 minute. You're moving too fast, but time won't wait. By the time you blink, your chance will pass. Your eyes lay closed, softly dreaming of a better world, but it's not so cruel. We find someone in this place like you. There's something comforting, a way I've never known. I've never been in love before, never had a hope. There's something in the way you kiss, a taste I haven't had. There's something in the way you feel against my bare hands. There's something comforting, a way I've never known. I've never been in love before, never had a hope. Your eyes lay closed, softly dreaming of a better world, but it's not so cruel. We find someone in this place like you.
Dodd's Furniture's The Show is brought to you by Dodd's Furniture and Mattress.